Hello everybody, this is CaptainJack, and this is the Industrial Information Panel tutorial. Now, lots of people have been asking for this one, and this little box can be the source of some extreme entertainment. So I'm going to show you how to use one, how to abuse one, and what in the world this thing is for. And this is the Minecrafters, totally legit of course, Industrial Information Panel tutorial. So let's get started here. What do we have? We have obviously the Industrial Information Panel, which everyone wants to know how to use. And it looks really stupid in an item frame. Next we have the Industrial Information Panel Extender, and you will note that this looks different from the actual panel. Now there's 4 different types of kits that you can use to program information inside these things. The first one is the remote sensor kit. Next one is the energy sensor kit. Next one is a counter sensor kit, and the next one is the liquid sensor kit. And when you use these by right clicking, you will get a card for each one, and notice how the card color corresponds to the kit color. How convenient. We will be talking about that one later. We will talk about an average counter, which is used in the counter sensor kit, oddly enough. We will be talking about the color upgrade, which is completely awesome, the range upgrade, and the text card. So what is an industrial information panel? These are them. I've got 2 of them here. This one has a text card in it, and so does this one at the bottom. I've obviously modified the color of these 2 panels, and these 2 boards, or these 2 panels make up 6 total information panel extenders and 1 information panel. That's 5 in 1. So 5 of these, 1 of these. I'll show you how to use that in a minute. But this is it, and this is a tutorial in which you will learn how to turn up the awesome. Turn up the awesome. Here we go. Alright, that's a stupid way to use it, but it's an awesome way. Like the sign says, awesome. I had to stay 2 ticks on awesome just because it was so awesome. Anyways, let's get started here. Let's talk about the industrial information panel. Now, once you place this block in the ground, you're going to need to supply it with a redstone signal in order to turn it on and off. Note that it changes color when I turn it on and off. Note that also when I turn on and off this lever here, it turns on this one over here because it's 1 block away and the redstone signal will travel to that block. But this is a panel extender, and extenders need an actual industrial information panel in order to work. So if I were to take an industrial information panel and put an extender down, you'll note that they connected. The texture is connected, and if I do this here, you'll note, bang, there we go. So we have a connected information panel, and you can make really huge ones like I've made out there. The bigger you get doesn't mean the more text you can fit on them. It just means the bigger the writing. So that's an information panel extender, and just in case you didn't get it, here it is. Da da da. You can make it like that. You can make it 3 by 3. If I get it up, no. Anyways, you get the point. You can extend and put a bunch of these together with the aptly named information panel extender. So there it is. Now, one of the basic things that you can do with these, and we're going to talk about the text card first. That's the little green thing right here. You can put it in a text card, and it will basically display anything that you write. So let me grab a text card here. We're going to put it into the GUI of the industrial information panel, which is right here. You see it matches. Bing. And once you put it in, you get 2 options here. Whoop. You get this option here, which connects these little lines. I will show you what that does in a minute. And this one here, which allows you to enter text into the text box. So if I say, hi, I'm awesome, and I leave that there, and I flip it on, bam, it says, hi, I'm awesome. Now if I take this, which is another additional feature the text card adds, so are you, and I put that in there, it displays on another line. Now it does not center the text. Unfortunately, if you want to center the text, you're going to have to press spacebar a few times in between there. And once you're in here, you can write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was supposed to be 10. There we go. 10 lines of text you can put in there, and as you put more text in, it adjusts the size, so it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So that is what the text card does. Next, we're going to talk about the color upgrade, and obviously, I have weird color information panels around here. So if I go over to my chest of goodies, and I grab a color upgrade, I can put it inside this information panel, and I get, voila, I get another option. This little T thing appears. Now, I'm not sure what the T means, but it doesn't really matter. What it does is the thing that matters. This is fairly self-explanatory. I'm not going to spend any time on this. You can adjust the screen color. Obviously, you want all of your information panels to reflect the Minecrafter's colors in your base, so just go ahead and do that. But you can change the text color, and you can also change the monitor color. And when you change it, it will change all the extenders as well. So what are the more useful things you can do with this besides spamming I'm awesome and industrial panels are awesome and changing the color and entering your own text? Well, you can use a remote sensor kit, and I've used these before on nuclear reactors in previous videos, but I'm just going to include them in this video just in case you haven't watched them. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to craft this remote sensor kit, and they are made with a frequency transmitter, a digital thermometer, and a piece of paper. I'm not sure what the paper is for. Guess for recording something. And if you take this remote sensor kit and right click on a nuclear reactor, you'll note that I automatically receive a reactor sensor location card, and that will replace my remote sensor kit. So now that I have this card, I can understandably put it in this little card slot here, and it will show all kinds of information about my reactor. It will tell me the max heat, when it's going to start to melt that, how much EU per tick it's putting out, and how much time is left on the cycle. And it will also display other information. If I put a heat capacity reactor, or what is this thing? Heat capacity reactor plating, I can put that in there, and you're going to see that its max heat is going to increase. Bing, 12,000. There we go. So that's the reactor sensor, or the remote sensor kit that's used for nuclear reactors. And then again, this industrial information panel can be extended. If you see me doing this here, you can extend. You can go up, down, all around. Just has to be in a odd pattern. There we go. So it's fairly self-explanatory. Let's check out the energy sensor kit. Now the energy sensor kit is going to tell you how much energy is contained in a source. So I have two MFSUs here hooked up to some medium voltage solar arrays, and if I look inside here, I'm slowly getting power. I'm not sure how because it appears to be fairly dark outside. Anyways, so I'm getting power. So if I want to know how much power is in these MFSUs at all times, all you have to do is right click on the MFSU and you receive an energy location sensor card. And just like all the other cards, if you plop it into here, it's going to tell you how much energy the MFSU has, how much is free, how much storage space is available, and the percentage of how full it is. And you can add text on top of there in case you want to designate certain things. Well, you do whatever you want, basically. So I'm gonna take another energy sensor location kit. Here we go. Let me pop a few more in here, and you'll notice I have the energy array location card up here. Now, this is pretty cool. If I take this card out, throw it in the garbage because I never want to see it again, and if I right click on the MFSU, get one card, right click on this MFSU, I will get two cards. And these cards take data from the block that it's in. You can see this one's from block 423X, 64Y, negative 514Z, and this one is just the block right next to it, 22, 23, 22, 23. So it takes the information from where the block is. If you take one of these blocks out and replace it with another block, it's not going to know where the information is coming from, and it's going to say no data available or something to that effect. So what if I want to monitor the amount of storage space in two MFSUs? What do I do? Well, what I want to do, once I have both of these cards, these energy sensor location cards, inside my inventory, I'm going to take one and put it in the crafting GUI, and you'll notice that I'm going to get two electronic circuits back if I choose not to keep this card. So I can kind of recycle the materials that it took to build it. Another cool thing you can do is you can put multiple cards into your crafting GUI, and you can get an energy array location card. And it will also give you the quantity of cards included in the array. So for this array, we have two. And if I take this out, and if I replace it with the other one inside here, it's going to give me the information on both of these MFSUs. And this information is also editable if you don't care how much is free. And if you don't care, let's say each card info, it's going to reduce it Oh, hold on. If you don't care about the summary, it's going to give you number 1, number 2, and the information that you have selected for it to display on your industrial information panel. So that is the energy sensor kit coupled with the energy sensor location card. Combine multiple cards to create an energy array location card. Next on the list, the counter sensor kit. This doesn't work properly, unfortunately. Hopefully very shortly this is going to be fixed so that it works 100%, but this kit can be combined with the average counter, and let me show you. Turn up the awesome. Let me show you out here what I have going on. I got my medium voltage solar arrays hooked up to this nifty little average counter right here. And if I take this counter sensor kit and right click, boop, I get a counter sensor location card. And if I go ahead and put this counter sensor location card into my industrial information panel, that is not the right card. This one here, I'm going to get the amount of energy that is flowing through that box. And I have a grand total of 32 EU per tick. Now, the reason I say this doesn't work properly is because if you attach HV solar arrays and you attach multiple HV solar arrays, it's only going to give you a total output of 512 EU per tick, when in fact, you might have thousands of EU per tick, depending on the amount of HV solar arrays that you have. Hopefully, that'll be fixed soon. That would be very nice to have. Next and last on the list is the liquid sensor kit, and it does just what you think it does. It monitors the amount of liquid in a tank, and here I have this cool little enter tank, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. I'm going to receive my liquid sensor location card, and I'm going to drop it right inside there. And I'm just going to put goo as a description. It's going to tell me that there are no fluids in it, because that will name the fluid that's inside it. There is nothing inside it. There is 16,000 units of space, and it is 0% full. So let's load it up with something. I'm going to get some fuel here, and we're going to go to creative mode just so I can show you this. And if I take and right click a fuel bucket inside the enter chest, tank, whatever, I'm going to get 1,000, and then if I keep adding, ooh, I can spin this. If I keep adding this in here, it's going to increase in level, and it's going to monitor how much I have in my tank at all times. So those are all the kits. We've discussed the colors. We have not discussed the range upgrade. Now, if I take this out and say I want to monitor how much energy I have from very far away, I can go over to the world's largest cactus. Yes, it's very big. It's a very big cactus. As you can see by the sign, it is the world's tallest cactus. In fact, it has no end. It goes forever to space. That's not true. So if I want to monitor my energy stored in my MFSUs from all the way over here, I can go ahead and take this world's largest cactus, and it gives you kind of the description if you see worlds there. Actually, let me show you that too while we're here. I have the text set up to say tallest cactus, but the first one is worlds, and that's how you get the text to appear like that. It will basically appear, the header will be right here, and anything below it will be included in this GUI right here. So if I want to monitor the energy over there, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this in here. Oh my goodness, it's out of range. So how do I fix that? Well, I am going to use, what do you know, a range upgrade. Normally these industrial information panels only have a range of 8 blocks that can receive information from 8 blocks away. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right over here. It's not very far. So you're going to need range upgrades if you're going to remotely monitor what you're doing. If I add that in, it's not enough. Let me add another one. There we go. I added 2. It added 16 blocks to the range. Diagonally, that's not very far. 16 plus 8. And I can monitor my energy from very far away. Sorry, I totally forgot one part that I mentioned earlier in the video, and that is these two lines right here. If you press them, they will connect, and let me just show you what that does really quick. If I take this industrial information panel, that's telling me how much energy is flowing through that counter there, and I click this, it will give me a total value. And same thing if I click here, it will eliminate the text and give me a total value. I hope that's fairly self-explanatory. Maybe you figure that out on your own. I'm not sure. But anyways, that is what this button does here. It will eliminate the text and give you a total value. You can also display the time of day on your industrial information panels, as we have done in our Tekkit Lite base. And that is how we do it. This will just reduce the amount of text on the industrial information panel. Now, I think that's it. That's all the information that I have on the industrial information panel. Ha ha ha. They need to be powered with a redstone signal. You see here, the extenders cannot be powered by themselves. That does not go on. We have 4 different types of kits. This one will create an array, which is what is used in our Tekkit Lite base if you see our walkthrough. If our new walkthrough is not out yet, be prepared for awesome. Turn up the awesome. Anyways, these are industrial information panels. A lot of people have been asking for this tutorial. I hope this is all-inclusive, comprehensive, as only the captain can bring you. A totally legit, actually Ingram. Anyways, here we go, industrial information panels. This is them. I'm pretty sure I got everything. Make sure you check us out on our website, we're theminecrafters.com, and check us out on Facebook. It's the Minecrafters and .com on Facebook as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay poised.